Are you planning a Universal Orlando vacation in 2025 and feel like things are completely different? Well, the truth is, Universal Orlando is about to completely change the game with the opening of their brand new theme park, Epic Universe, on May 22nd, 2025. And with this new park, there are some major changes at Universal, even compared to just last year, and there are new changes coming out every day. In this video, I am revealing our list of the top 10 most important things that you might not know have changed at Universal Orlando in 2025 and why you need to know about them to get the most out of your next Universal Orlando vacation. So without any further ado, let's go get started. Okay, so starting out the list strong, and did you know that you can now make dining reservations within the Universal Orlando app? You can also make dining reservations on the official Universal Orlando website, and it's important that you sign in, and you do need an account in order to do this. And if you've been watching my channel, one of my most important tips and tricks is to always download the Universal Orlando app before you get down to Orlando. And this is another reason now why it's so important. And for the longest time, we have not been able to make dining reservations, Universal Orlando dining reservations anyway, within their app. You call up to make a reservation, or you would have had to have made it from any of the other platforms such as Resi or OpenTable. But now we have capabilities within the app, and it will kind of sit in the app so you can see all of your reservations in one spot. Now, to make a dining reservation, what you'll do is you pretty much will go into the Universal Orlando app. You can click on dining, and then you'll be able to see a list of all of the restaurants that you have access to at Universal Orlando. And so as you're scrolling, if you see a restaurant that catches your eye and you want to make a reservation, you literally just tap on the button that says make a reservation. And the cool thing that I love about this too is, from what I could see right now, the booking window is actually 6 months out. So that's what Disney used to be, and that is a huge advantage. And you could really start to plan months in advance, which of course with a theme park vacation is so important. I love this feature. I think it's going to completely make planning a vacation that much easier, and it should be something that you're doing as you plan your trip in 2025. Over to number 2, and this is another huge one, and Universal Orlando did just drop one-day tickets for Epic Universe. There's actually also now 2-day ticket options, which include 1 day at Epic as well, which I love. And this is of course important because we haven't had 1-day tickets for so long. Even on my channel, I have been talking about how there's only been multi-day tickets. We now have 1-day tickets to Epic. So what does this mean? Well, my honest opinion is, from everything that I could see so far online, if you have already, let's say, booked your Universal Orlando vacation package and you do have that multi-day ticket that includes 1 day at Epic Universe, I don't know how much this changes things, just because from everyone that I've spoken to, even comments on my videos, everyone believes that Epic Universe is going to really be a 2-day park, essentially just because of the amount of hype and demand, and also some of the ways that Universal might control the crowds, such as, I can't confirm this, but possibly, let's say, have virtual lines to get into the different lands, right? If we see a situation like that, it's going to be very tough to get through this park within 1 day. That I don't like to say that. That's just what my gut is telling me at this point. So how does that tie into your vacation? Well, now at least this gives you the flexibility where if you have a multi-day ticket with 1 day at Epic, let's say that you're like, oh no, we definitely want to go to Epic again, you can now at least purchase an additional 1-day ticket to Epic Universe. Now, some of the important things to keep in mind here is that Universal's only selling the 1-day tickets as of June 1st forward, and they have confirmed that 1-day ticket sales will sell out. Now, some of the, the cons to having a 1-day ticket is you don't have the flexibility that you would with a multi-day ticket that gives you a window. And Epic Universe can reach capacity, and it's important that even if you have that 1-day dated ticket, if the park reaches capacity, you're going to have to wait for people to come out of the park. And that's why when you're hitting Epic, my honest opinion, again, hasn't changed from anything I've said in the past couple years about hitting Universal Orlando. It always pays to take advantage of early park admission if you can. Now, the other ticket types that I do really love that they dropped are now new 2-day tickets. So it's essentially a 1-day base ticket plus 1 day at Epic. Now, the 1-day base would be to either Islands of Adventure or Universal Studios Florida. And Universal also dropped a 2-park 1-day park-to-park ticket, and that includes plus 1 day at Epic Universe as well. And I think that one's going to be really, really popular, specifically for the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Now, very, very quickly, from a price standpoint, you might be thinking, Mike, well, how much are the one-day tickets? What am I looking at to go for one day at Epic Universe? Now, pricing starts at $139. However, to be honest, from what I could see so far, especially during the summer months when we are expecting crowds to be on the high side, we're looking right at $190 per person for a one-day ticket to Epic Universe. And I think what most families are going to do is, if they're coming to Orlando, right, I think that most families will most likely be going to a couple of the parks. So for a family who's doing all three of the main parks, and that does not include Volcano Bay, which is the water park, for a 2-park, 2-day base ticket plus 1 day at Epic Universe on July 13th, the total for that ticket was $480. When you divide that by 3 days, you're looking at paying $160 per person per day, compared to just the 1 day Epic Universe ticket, which was $190, just to give you a sense of where ticket pricing is coming in. And then on those new 1 day, 2-park, park to park, plus 1 day at Epic Universe, your total is right around $415, so that would come to $207 per day. But don't forget, you can't go park to park into Epic Universe. You would essentially have a 1 day park to park ticket to go from Islands of Adventure to Universal Studios Florida, or vice versa. That's kind of where you're going park to park. And as you could see, that was only 2, and there's a lot. That's a lot. And those are so very, very important, especially when it comes to planning your Universal Orlando vacation. Over to number 3, a very new technology that we have in the parks is now photo validation. So photo validation, what guests can now do is it makes it easier for you to enjoy your next Universal Orlando trip. From entering the Universal parks to skipping the regular lines with the Express Pass, it's an innovative new way to streamline your park experience. So what you need to do in order to take advantage of this is, even if you buy your tickets from the Park Prodigy, once you pick your tickets up, you want to add your tickets to the Universal Orlando app. So you got to add your ticket number to the app, and within the app, you'll essentially be able to enroll in this new service. So it's a validation mobile enrollment. And long story short, what this allows you to do is, instead of taking your ticket out and scanning your ticket at the front of the park or even at the Express Pass lines, Universal will essentially just take a photo of you, it will validate it, and then you can go on your way. This is a really popular question that I get is, Mike, do I need the same ticket every day to get into the park, for a multi-day ticket? And the answer is yes. If you have a multi-day ticket, you use the same ticket every day to get into the park. And of course, when you have young kids, or just in general for a theme park vacation where you're always on the go and you're moving fast, stuff can happen. You might lose your ticket, or you forget it back at the hotel and you don't realize till you get to the front of the park. I think this helps, and it makes it a lot easier for families to just move quickly, not have as much stress. The lanyards at Universal have been a huge thing, so maybe you save a couple bucks on the lanyards. Maybe you love the lanyards and you keep them going, right, as a nostalgia sort of thing. But just keep this in mind, that it is a new technology that you will see throughout the park. And speaking of technology, over to number 4, I think the way that we use the Universal Orlando app, specifically when it comes to interactive games and what they call Universal Play, is going to be different in 2025. Now, we already have this in one of the rides in Minion Land, which is Illumination's Villain Con Minion Blast. But where I think this is also going to tie in is, I do see this coming now with Super Nintendo World opening up at Epic Universe. And if it's anything like Universal Hollywood, we are going to have power-up bands, which will help you play games and kind of level up in Super Nintendo World, and you'll need the Universal Orlando Play app for that. So it's just important to kind of keep that in mind as we are going towards more of an interactive gaming type of vacation. And this ties into new generation, second generation interactive wand that features light and haptic effects for the first time ever. And this is tying into Universal Play, where for the first time, it allows guests to take their spellcasting to the next level. And we also have some brand new locations between Hogsmeade and Islands of Adventure, but guests can now kind of track their spell capabilities within the Universal Orlando app, which is really, really cool. And I think just it's another reason, right, to, even if you've been to Universal in the past and you've done the interactive wand and you've run around the parks, it's now different, and there's more of a game style that Universal is going towards. So of course, there's also, like I mentioned, there's 5 new wand locations between Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade. Over in Hogsmeade, we have the Dueling Club tent where guests can cast a spell to bring an abandoned dueling dummy to life and test their dueling spell's ability. Over in Hogsmeade as well, we have the Owl Post where mischievous pixies dart across the window and hide behind packages as guests cast a spell to try and freeze them. Over in Diagon Alley and Nocturne Alley in the staircase, guests must defend themselves by conjuring their Patronus after a Dementor emerges within the dimly lit staircase. Also in Diagon Alley, we have Arienne's Spinners, where guests will need to cast a spell to repel spiders of all sizes before they take over the newspaper-covered glass windows. And then last, we have Nocturne Alley Sky, where guests can cast a spell into the nighttime sky to control a storm or counter spell to calm the sky. So definitely be sure to keep an eye out on that. And there's a lot of really fun things coming out with the new wands in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. And of course, we're expecting it to tie into the new land of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, which is the Ministry of Magic. So over to number 6, and this is something that it hasn't changed too much, but you never really know. Some guests might not be aware of Universal's Halloween Horror Nights. And the thing here is it's important to keep in mind that it now starts at the end of August or even early November. So Universal announced all of its destination-wide events for this year, including the always highly anticipated return, of course, of Halloween Horror Nights, which returns earlier than ever, and it's starting on August 29, 2025, and it's running through November 2nd, 2025. And Universal didn't just stop there. Over to number 7, and this is a really cool event, but if you're visiting Universal, you really have to visit kind of before middle of May in order to take advantage of this. But this is that Universal has a new After Dark water theme park event. So slide into an exclusive nighttime event at Universal's Volcano Bay with rides, a live DJ, games, and DreamWorks character meet and greets. So of course, just like it sounds, we've never had anything like this from official Universal Orlando anyway, and guests can really get to experience Volcano Bay like they have never experienced it before. So event nights as of right now are going to be April 12th, the 26th, and May 3rd, 10th, and 17th, 2025, and they are running from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. And from a pricing standpoint, from what I could see, they're going to start right around $99 per person. But I mean, that's interesting. I guess now, especially looking at the pricing, I don't know how I feel about that one. Starting at $100 for a 3-hour event, we'll see how it goes. I am excited to have something new, but what do you guys think at home? Go to the comment section. Let me know if you're excited to have some nighttime events at Volcano Bay, or if you think that you wanted something different throughout the year. Also, while you're there, please just be sure to like this video if you are finding it helpful, and of course, subscribing to our channel as we have a lot more similar content coming out in the coming weeks. Okay, over to the next one though on the list, in at number 8 of things changing in 2025 that you need to know about, and this one is early park admission at Epic Universe. So Universal did recently come out and they let us know that there will be early park admission at Epic Universe, but of course it is going to be slightly different than what we've had in the past, and we actually just did an entire video on what to expect, how to tackle early park admission at Epic, so definitely be sure to go check out that video if you are interested in this. But the most important thing to take away is it is different, as it is not going to be at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter like it has been at Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Florida. Early park admission at Epic Universe, as of right now anyway, is going to be within Super Nintendo World and also one ride in Celestial Park, which is Stardust Racers. And then over to number 9, you might not know this one, but if you've been watching my channel, you probably do. And that is that we have 3 brand new hotels to stay at when it comes to planning a Universal Orlando vacation. So we do have 2 new hotels in the prime value category. So we have Universal Stella Nova Resort and we have Universal's Terra Luna Resort. Stella Nova opened up on January 21st, 2025. Terra Luna is opening on March 25th, which is my sister's birthday. Huge shout out to Alexandra on March 25th, 2025. So both of these hotels are sister hotels and they're inspired by the universe, and they both feature 750 guest rooms, a resort style pool, and a couple different dining options. And one of the things that we love is they are going to be within the Epic Universe bubble, so definitely close proximity to Epic Universe. The third hotel that's coming with Universal Orlando is going to be Universal's Helios Grand Hotel, and this is going to be the brand new hotel in the Signature Collection. And one of the coolest things about this hotel is it actually will have a dedicated entrance to Epic Universe. So this hotel offers 500 luxurious rooms, a rooftop lounge, and a dedicated entrance, like I said, to Epic Universe. So I think especially if you're tying this in with the last, new thing on the list, which is early park admission. If you have an entrance to the park, I mean, I don't know how you can have a better strategy when tackling this park for early park admission than that. But those are just 3 of the new hotels coming to Universal Orlando in 2025. And of course, I guess this is an old one as well, but it does tie in now with the new hotels. Is don't forget that you do have pool hopping capabilities at Universal Orlando hotels, except for 2. So you can't pool hop if you are staying at Universal's Endless Summer Surfside or Endless Summer Dockside. Those 2 are not included, but I did look on the official Lowe's website, and according to Google and according to the Lowe's website, it does say you'll also be able to enjoy poolside activities and dine-in movies while you enjoy the warm water. You can even pool hop when staying at any of the Premier, Preferred, and Prime Value resorts, which means you can scope out your favorite spot for your next vacation. So that is something that we are definitely very, very excited for over at the Park Prodigy. And just in general, those are 10 of the biggest things that you definitely do not want to miss as you plan your trip. I really hope that you found this video helpful, and as a thank you for sticking around till the end of this video, I do have a special promo code you can go use on our website to save an extra $50 off your next Universal Orlando vacation package, and that promo code is going to be MAGIC50. But I think that's all the time we have for today. Thank you all again so much for checking out this video. And if you want more vacation planning tips and tricks, just be sure to stick around as YouTube thinks that you will like this video next.